This is part 4 of our lesson on rational functions and asymptotes, and we are now looking at horizontal and oblique asymptotes and how to find the equation of the asymptote from a function. So how do I find horizontal and oblique asymptotes? The answer is long division. We are going to take the denominator and divide it into the numerator. So I just wrote long division. We're going to maybe add a little extra detail to that later, but for now, we're just going to try doing some division. So it says determine the horizontal/oblique asymptote for each of the following. So you will only have one or the other. It will either be horizontal or it will be oblique. You're not going to have both. So our first one here says y equals 1 over x plus 1. So I want to know how many times does x plus 1 go into 1. So is it possible to turn an x into a 1? Not a 1x, but is it possible to turn an x into a 1? Well, the answer to that is no. There really isn't any way for us to do it, right? So there is no way for me to be able to turn an x into a 1. So I can't even finish doing the division. So for this one, because I can't even do the division and it doesn't go in at all, it goes in 0 times, this is just y equals 0. That's the equation of my horizontal asymptote. So you don't have to do the long division for this. You could just say, does x go into 1? How many times? 0 times. It doesn't go in at all, right? It's just y equals 0. And it is y equals because horizontal asymptotes and oblique asymptotes should always start with y equals. So this one here would be horizontal. How do I know that it's horizontal? It's just a number. If it's oblique, it will have an x in it. If it doesn't have an x in it, it doesn't have a slope. The slope is just 0, which makes it a horizontal line. All right, we're going to try the next one. I have y equals 2x plus 5 divided by x plus 1. So I'm going to try to divide. How many times does x plus 1 go into 2x plus 5? Well, to turn an x into a 2x, I would multiply by 2. So 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 1 is 2, and then I would subtract. 2x take away 2x is 0, 5 take away 2 is 3. So the 3 is the remainder. X does not go into 3. I don't care about the remainder. What I care about is my quotient. So it went in 2 times. X goes into 2x 2 times. So that means the equation would be y equals 2. Since this is just a number, it is also horizontal. So you're probably asking yourself right now, do I really need to show this work? If I can look at this and know that x goes into 2x 2 times, do I really need to show that division? And the answer is no, you don't have to. If you can look at this and say x goes into 1 0 times or x goes into 2x 2 times, you are welcome just to jump to your final answer. I am okay with that. Now, the third one is a different story. I have x plus 1. So how many? So we have y equals x squared minus 4 divided by x plus 1. So I want to know how many times does x plus 1 go into x squared minus 4. Now the problem with x squared minus 4 is that it's missing the middle term. So you don't have to write the missing term in, but I am going to put a 0x in for the middle just to make the division a little easier. You can still do the division with just x squared minus 4. Just means things don't line up very nicely. So how do I turn an x into an x squared? I multiply by x. So I'm going to get x squared and then plus x. And then we subtract. X squared take away x squared is 0. 0 take away x is negative x. And then negative 4 take away nothing. It's just negative 4. Okay, and then from here, How do I turn an x into a negative x? I need to multiply by -1. So this is negative x minus 1, and then I subtract. So negative x minus negative x is 0. -4 minus -1 is -3. So the remainder is not important when we're doing this. What's important is the quotient. So it's going to be x minus 1. So I get y equals x minus 1. And because this has an x in it, it's going to be oblique. Now, could I have figured that out just from looking at the equation? Well, I could figure out that it was going to be oblique because I know that x would go into x squared x times. But in order to get the actual x minus 1, I need to do the division. So you don't have to do division for the horizontals, but you really do need to do the division if it's oblique. Okay, so you can join me in the next video for the next part of the lesson.